Hey, yo, hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing another DC Universe Classics review, and that's of the Wave 8 figure, the Gentleman's Ghost. Take a look at this bad ghost right here. Now, a little information about the Gentleman's Ghost. His real name is Jim Craddock, and his origin story kind of splits off into two different areas, both of which starting with him being a highway robber, him being a bad dude, causing many crimes, and just being a total, complete dickhead. So he becomes this criminal, and really his origin splits off into two paths. The first path is he's actually killed in the Western days, and he is killed by two individuals, both of which would eventually become Hawkman and Hawkgirl. So these are one of the earlier lives of Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and they kill the Gentleman's Ghost. Because of this, he can't leave the world and go into the afterlife. His spirit cannot. Not until his killer's spirits go into the afterworld. The problem with that is, well, Hawkman and Hawkgirl's spirits never go in the afterworld. They just constantly get reincarnated. So the Gentleman's Ghost is screwed. And that's why he's constantly on Earth going around being a dick. The second story for his origin, and whether this removes the original story or adds to it, is that the Gentleman's Ghost is actually cursed by gypsies. Oh, those silly gypsies, you, giving Angelica soul and then causing the Gentleman's Ghost to be, well, a ghost. Anyways, the gypsies. They put a curse on the Gentleman's Ghost that would cause him to be like this forever. So, yes, he's just basically screwed. Now, the Gentleman's Ghost has been a villain for various different heroes, mainly the members of the Justice Society of America, such as The Flash, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, Atom, tons of different... He's even been a villain of Batman and Superman. So he's been a villain for quite a lot of people. Powers and abilities-wise, well, I mean, he's a ghost, so he's intangible and he can become invisible. Standards for ghosts. Two is that he has a gun right here, his flint gun, and that's one of his weapons. He can use various paranormal attacks. However, he cannot hurt anyone as a virgin, as this has been evident when he attacked Stargirl, one of the Justice Society comics. He started raising undead minions to do that task for him, which also gives him the possession and the power to control undead minions. So the Gentleman's Ghost has a lot to his repertoire. He shows up in the Justice Society of America. He also shows up in Villains United and a bit of the Infinite Crisis. He's never really a major player amongst the supervillains, but he's still a pretty cool dude. He showed up on Justice League Unlimited TV show once, and he's also showed up multiple times on Batman Brave and the Bold. And actually, that's my favorite incarnation of the Gentleman's Ghost, because I haven't had much exposure to him in the comics. Here and there, but not overly that much. But him in Batman Brave and the Bold TV show, he's actually one of the more enjoyable villains. And they have a pretty good voice for him. He's kind of a badass. So, the Gentleman's Ghost, that's all you really need to know about him. He's a pretty cool dude, and shame he doesn't get as much time on paper that he deserves, but I mean, really, it's kind of silly. The Gentleman's Ghost. Anyways, with that said, let's get into the Gentleman's Ghost himself. Take a look at this bad boy right here. Well, the Gentleman's Ghost's main color scheme is white, which eventually becomes translucent in the top part of his jacket here, the bottom part, and in his legs, which is a nice effect to make him look like he's actually, I don't know, a ghost. And the big feature you notice is that he has no head. Yes, he's a ghost. The top hat is kept on by the back of the jacket, while the monocle is connected to the hat, giving off the illusion that they're suspended in midair. Very nice job. Very nice job there, Mattel. Now, he comes with 3 accessories. The first of which being a mini Atom. Yes, he comes with a mini Atom. Maybe this is Mattel's way of saying, I'm sorry to everyone that couldn't pick up the Atom in Wave 5. Wave 5. But he comes with a mini Atom. He has no posability. The paint job looks somewhat sucky, but still, it's a mini Atom, and he'll look nice with your superheroes. And he's actually mini, so it kind of works with the figure. He has his cane right here, which fits very nicely in his hand. Nothing overly impressive by it. It's just a cane with a ball at the end. Still very nice. And then he has his flint gun, which actually holds very nicely into his hand. You can put the trigger finger in there. So it's a nice looking gun. They put a lot of detail in it, despite the fact that it doesn't have that much color. And apparently it's made in China. Yes. Moving on. The Gentleman Ghost itself has a brand new body mold. Mattel, you dangerous girls, you. You used a new body mold? Ooh. Well, don't feel too confident. This body mold's going to be used again for the Joker. I saw the pictures. But anyways, it is a brand new body mold for the Gentleman's Ghost. And it is a nice body mold. It is accurate to what he looked like in the comics. Yes, he is not incredibly ripped and jacked. He actually has a normal body to what he was in the comics. There's a lot of detail here, like on the actual jacket. You can move some of the parts. It's not actually painted on or molded on. It's actually something that can be moved. I mean, he has a lot of added detail to him. Now, the articulation. Although he has the standard articulation of the DC Universe Classic figure, minus the head, his articulation is dampened a little by the jacket. Yes, it can go out that far, but it can't go out any farther. However, that poses the question, how many people are going to have the Gentleman's Ghost go like this? Oh! And you're not. So it's really not much of a downside, because you're not going to put this guy into too many poses that would be overly dynamic. I'm not going to make the Gentleman Ghost do a flying sidekick. No. I'm not sure if it's my figure. It's probably just mine, but the waist seems to not want to move. I think it's just because my figure is tight, but you never know. Balancing issue. A lot of people complain that there's some balancing issue with this figure, but actually I haven't noticed any at all. I can balance him pretty nicely. So I have no complaints whatsoever with that. So let me just put his accessories back in there, so that we can, let me just get the finger and the trigger. There we go. So on a whole, the Gentleman's Ghost, he's a very good looking figure, and it's one of the last two figures that I needed for Wave 8. It's kind of funny, I'm completing Wave 8 now. I'm going to get the Parademon next, and then I'll have Wave 8 done. And then Wave 9's coming out probably in the next 2 days. So I'm going to have to go out and buy Wave 9. Fucking A. Anyways, the Gentleman Ghost on a whole is a nice addition to your collection. While he may not be the best figure in the wave, he's definitely within the top 3. I still believe Hawkgirl and Mr. Terrific is better than him. However, he's still a good-looking figure. His accessories add to him, and he is an example of how Mattel will go out of their way to make a good figure. Yes, okay, I harp on Mattel every once in a while for using molds over again. It does get boring, but on a whole, Mattel has done a far better job than many of the Marvel Legends figures. Their figures actually look like characters. See, one of my complaints with the Marvel Legends, and I did collect the Marvel Legends back in the day, was there was just so much articulation with them that they looked like an action figure. They didn't look like the character. Mattel has figured out the good articulation for the figure itself without making it look too much like an actual action figure. It looks like a character. In addition to that, despite the fact that they do reuse molds, they actually do a good job with all the figures. And out of all my collection, there's maybe 1 or 2 figures that I really do not like. There are some figures that could be better, but there's only maybe 1 or 2 figures that I do not like. And Gentleman Ghost just shows that Mattel is willing to put in the effort to make good figures. He is a nice figure, and I do recommend you pick him up. Finding him in stores is kind of a cock-sucking bitch, because I haven't found him anywhere in stores. I had to buy him online. If you buy him online, I know on Amazon he costs around $13 to $22. Quite a bit, but it's a far less than you're going to get for Eradicator or Adam or Black Lightning from Wave 5. So consider yourself lucky. I would recommend, if you're going to pick him up relatively soon, because I feel as though this is going to be one of the rarer figures from the wave that's going to be harder to get in the future. But I could be wrong. So anyways, let's just take one more look at this bad ghost here. Like I said, Gentleman Ghost has a lot of nooks and crannies to add to him. Very little faults to this figure, very little faults. Again, some people complain about the balance, but I have not had a problem with the balance at all. Maybe I'm just better at balancing figures, I don't know. But he comes with a lot of stuff, a lot of accessories, a lot of nooks and crannies. He's very nicely detailed, and he's definitely worth picking up. I would highly recommend getting the Gentleman's Ghost. So with that said, I'm going to end this review here. Only one more figure left in Wave 8, and I will be finally caught up to everyone else. Again, I'm not rich. I can't buy these things right away. But still, I can't wait till I get to finish Wave 8. Oh, and a little announcement. Apparently, I believe it's Wave 12 or 13. After the Kilowog Wave, it's going to be a Darkseid Wave. It's going to have stuff like Mary Marvel and Calypso and various of other. This is just rumor, but apparently they already announced it. So we're going to get a new wave there. Darkseid's going to be the Build-A-Figure. And despite how much I like the DC superhero Darkseid, having a Build-A-Figure Darkseid seems only fair. Especially if you give Kilowog a Build-A-Figure. There. Anyways, with that said, I'm going to end this review here. I should have ended it a while back. But anyways, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.